OBS switched my microphone from default, so fuck me.
There we go. We're good. Yeah, we're good. It's actually working this time.
Are you fucking serious? That sucks ass. All right, let's just redo the conversation and pretend that like we're not rehashing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started with Slav Simulator, and I was aware of Slav Simulator 2, but I didn't know if that was like a publicly available thing, or you kind of like went into like, because I went to your YouTube channel for a little bit just to see. Right, because I did hear about
it is out there.
Yeah, Baloney Pony's favorite word down.
Immersive sim. Yeah,
yes.
Immersive sim. Yeah.
Yes. You seem to do mostly immersive sims, which seems like a very complicated for somebody that's going into indie games. Like you would go for something like simple, like a shooter or a puzzle game or a straightforward horror game. What made you decide to tackle immersive sims?
It's just the type of game I wanted to make, I suppose. And I had been making small, unfinished little projects for years and years. Slav Simulator is more of just fuck around, walking sim with a gun, and you can kill NPCs, and there's not that much to it. Right. And I just wanted, I suppose, to challenge myself. I actually did try and make like a first-person role-playing game with stats and stuff before PARKSIDE. Didn't get very far with that because I felt like I wasn't experienced enough to tackle that at the time. And the immersive sim element of the game just kind of emerged. It started out just as a shooter, and then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could do this? Wouldn't it be cool if you could do that? And then I discovered, hey, hang on, I'm making an immersive sim, and then it just sort of unraveled. So it was just feature creep.
I suppose I could start playing the game now while we talk about this instead of just
hell yeah,
shooting the shit.
I mean, it's fun to look at Terry Davis, but like there's a game to play. Yeah. But I appreciate his moves.
I know, I do. It felt like it matched the theme.
I like when it shows his like Jesus village. It looks like he's a giant, just like stomping through the land.
Yeah, that's him with Temple OS.
Gone too soon, my friend.
He is. It's sad.
Here we are. Video game, baby.
Yes. Now, this is a question for me. Do you think there will be an ultra-wide option for this game?
Oh, yeah, there should be, actually, in the settings.
Options.
Go to sound and graphics.
Sound and graphics.
Yeah, the resolutions, I think I got 2560, and I've also got the other one as well, if you scroll down.
I tend to go with 25. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there. Oh, I'm just an idiot. Okay.
Boom, baby. Boom. See, I thought of shit. Yeah.
I was trying to get you with a gotcha, and you were like, you just reverse Uno'd me. Congratulations.
Gotcha. The one gotcha though I get a lot is mouse sensitivity. Some people say the setting is not good enough, like too low, too high. Like I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it.
To be honest, it's never good enough in any game. Everyone's different. I always have to adjust it. Like that. I don't think that's just a you thing. I think that's just a person-to-person thing.
Yeah, some people have a weird mouse. They don't have their DPI set up properly. Maybe when they play a game and change the sensitivity, it just doesn't do what they want. So
also, I'm one of those controller nerds, so I also have to lower the sensitivity. Yeah.
It's fine. There is going to be controller support in the long run.
Like with immersive sims, I know there's like different types of buttons. Like it's not just your standard run, walk, shoot, whatever.
Yeah, it's mainly mapping the like abilities and stuff. Like I'll definitely need to put in a weapon wheel. Console games they need something that's not just scroll forward and back one weapon. So that's going to be
either a weapon wheel or just a button to go through the weapons one way or the other way. Either or.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have one suggestion. This is me being dumb. This is me and gamers being dumb. If you could just make escape button and what the button does in orange, and then the rest green, so that way I can just quickly look at it when I see a pair. Like you can't do this for all of them because I did venture forth and there was some more intricate stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's a bit more wordy. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's for the attention spans.
Exactly. Yeah. But everything seems pretty simple.
I have a really bad attention span myself, I gotta admit. You pick up things, look at that. It's like a real world.
It's just like the real world.
That man looks just like the real world.
Yeah.
How far did you actually get when you were playing the other time?
I got to the, when I was starting to learn what the Q button does. Whatever you call those.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Those abilities. Yeah. That's where I stopped. And then you were like, stop playing my game. And I was like, you got it. All right, you caught me. I'm sorry, I was having fun.
Hey, no. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, no, because I do want to keep a little bit blind, right?
Yeah, totally.
Now, I will say this. If you do make this controller-friendly, you probably don't need to include kick in the controls, because you can just push one and punch the vent just the same.
True that. Although kick is slightly stronger. It's really good if you want to if you figure out a jump and kick, you can one hit enemies by kicking them right in the face, but you got to time it right.
No shit. Okay, no, that's cool. I'll try that.
And also, and the kick will destroy weak doors in one go, like you're kicking down a door. So a punch won't do that.
Oh no shit. Oh, that's a strong window. Okay, I haven't tried that. That's good to know. That might be something to include in the tutorial. Like you said, you were gonna plan on revamping the tutorial, right?
Oh yeah, the tutorial sucks. The tutorial fucking sucks. It does need a lot more added to it. Well, it needs to be more concise and it needs to be clear. And I'm not happy with the state.
I mean, it serves its function, right? It's not like the work. Like when you said it, it sounded like it was just I was gonna get farted into my eyeballs. It serves the function, right? You just have to pay attention more. I also do like that you start off with a silenced gun. This shitty freaking. Yeah. That's kind of like I tend to keep with the starter pistol because I like to keep stealthy. Also, when I was playing the game initially, I do notice that like the pacifist is not really rewarding at all, and I just went to right, which I find cathartic. Honestly, I like because that's kind of like my hang up with immersive sims. It's like I don't do the funnest version because the pacifist version is available. That's kind of a problem with like the newer Deus Ex games. They have all these cool weapons, but you always feel like you have to do the.
You feel almost guilty for killing everyone, and you feel like you're not a real immersive sim player, or you're not the best guy if you just go in the run and gun route. And I sort of wanted to not really have a separation between being a pacifist and killing everyone. You just do what you think is the best solution to a problem, and just keep going. And there's no real reward for either play style in this game. I have been messing around with sort of like personality stuff behind the scenes, like your character's reputation and like mental state. And if you go and kill all the civilians on the map, obviously your mental state will go down, so that will be in the later,
like I don't have the urge to be a mass murderer, but like if there's like an enemy that's going to shoot at me, I don't feel guilty about shooting them back first. And that's what's nice about it. Like I do like that there's innocent people as an obstacle, but zero killing just makes the game boring.
Yeah, no, you gotta break a few eggs.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
It's all good. All good.
4, and 5, 0. There we go. I think
not quite. It's 15 40. Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Boom. And also, when the demo first released, I was worried that people wouldn't find it immersive simmy enough, because I think with that genre or subgenre or design philosophy, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of scrutiny behind that. And then the first comment I got, I was glued to my phone for like 3 days. Someone said, I got to the first code door in the tutorial, but then I just brought an explosive barrel over and blew up the door. and I was like, okay, yeah.
Congratulations, you make the immersive sim correctly if people solve things in the way you didn't intend to solve them, pretty much.
Hell yeah, no, I was very happy. I was like, I think a lot of my anxiety over people enjoying it dissipated when I saw that comment. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I have actually done an okay job.
Yeah,
but there's a long way to go.
Yeah, like there, I was supposed to pick the lock, but you told me about the kick door mechanic.
Yeah, you could just murder the cunt. Yeah, he's dead. You killed that man.
He died to death. And then there's apparently gases. Oh, this push E to rip the ladder.
Grip it
and rip it.
As I develop the game, really just trying to expand on, because there's only like 4 or 5 abilities in the demo. I've still got more to add, all the weapons and stuff. I just hope that it all works together well. That's the main thing that I'm worried about. Everything working together well in the end, because there's a lot more to do, man. Like, I got like another year of work.
And I think you're doing a good job so far. I think the only problem is like I feel bad about like the initial logo, because the logo makes it sound like you didn't put as much effort in as you did in the actual game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I think you should change the logo up a bit on the Steam page to make it like that orange thing you have on your Twitter bio, something like that.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, all the marketing logos and stuff. That was all like, right, I just need to have something there, so let's just put some text on a screenshot. Yeah. That shit definitely needs pumping up for sure. Oh man.
Wait, are these voice acted? I know they were voice acted.
A little. I think they got a little bit. They got some like voice barks, like get that guy and shit.
Yeah.
there's not full voice acting. That's something I'm on the fence about actually, because with a lot of it's very hit or miss with indie game voice acting. No disrespect to like voice actors out there, but sometimes it can detract. I think in this case it might detract if I voiced all the mannequin-looking motherfuckers in the game.
I tend to agree with that. It doesn't help that voice acting tends to be the most expensive part of making an indie game, from what I've heard from some.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if I were to include voice acting, it would literally just be me and my friends in the garage, get a fucking microphone and just start screaming.
If you're looking for a Regal voice, I recommend Leo the Incredible. He's cool. If he's available, he's busy being a prison guard, but he has like a super Regal voice and a super homeless voice. So if you're looking for one of those,
sounds incredible. I will keep that in mind.
This is the part I was talking about, where it's just pretty much you can't help but have a big paragraph here.
Yeah, I know there are probably ways I can condense that in the future. Yeah, the tutorial is like the worst part of the demo, although that's a close second to the final map in the demo, which people find very confusing. So good luck.
I think the map's fine. I think the problem is that I didn't know I could push Z to get my objective, because I was kind of going blind.
Yeah, that's something people miss a lot, actually. So it definitely needs to be its own high contrast like tooltip. Yeah,
no, definitely. That would have definitely got me a little bit further if I'd known about that. And then the experience points, you don't get just experience points from killing. You have to commit a side quest or a quest.
Yeah, you know, originally when I was developing the game, if you killed people, you got XP. Then I realized, shit, that's just rewarding one playstyle. So yeah, it's just from exploration and objectives that you get XP.
No, that definitely makes sense, because, you know, with RPGs, I pretty much just become a murder hobo to power level. So that's definitely
it is more fun to murder people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you got the fucking big get.
Yes, I do. I picked it up at the beginning. Now, I think I was supposed to. Now, when I did this before, I was supposed to do this stealthily, and you can do this stealthily. I'm just kind of fucking around.
You totally can. You totally can do it stealthily. Yeah.
I mean, isn't this part supposed to teach you how to do it stealthily? Right? Like you can walk over.
Pretty much, yeah. You can walk over there. You can hug the wall and watch the patrols, or you can just shoot them all in the fucking face. That man had a family.
Yeah. Your main character is the main character just like an incel type of guy, or is he just is he like
yeah, pretty much. He's pretty much just this.
Yeah. Like I loosely read it, so if I'm misinterpreting anything, please don't.
I mean, you could call him an incel. That's fine. I mean, I don't know if he is a virgin or not. I mean, people can fill that in the lore, but you know, he's a lonely man who sits in his apartment at his computer.
And then the government comes.
And then the government comes. This is where the tutorial, this last part is just very rushed. It's like, okay, yeah, you can hack stuff around the corner using these things and then fight some guys. And then this is pretty much the end. There's a security camera and turrets.
Oh, here's another thing that would help probably well. Just put what button you're supposed to push for the bomb, like in the bottom left corner.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would help a lot.
Yeah. The inventory has changed since that. Actually, now I've got a grid, because everyone loves grids.
I do like grids. You're not wrong.
We are fans of grids, and it is a grid now, and it's very easy to equip stuff like that. That's was
not
just
out as this recording, though, right? Like that's not an update that's out.
No. No, that's going to be in a future demo, which will come out one day.
One day. Well, yeah. Well, you're working by yourself, and I'm assuming you have like a job outside of this.
So, 9 to 5. So it's just whatever I've got the time, really, and like not neglecting my friends. Oh,
I think I died.
That's death. Yeah, that's fine. That is actually just the end of the tutorial, though. Like you just kill those guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you've pretty much you've passed.
I passed. Yay.
Yeah, now you're ready for real missions.
For real missions.
Yeah, big boy missions. Let's go. Yeah, the main menu background. I'm thinking of having it sort of change, like Half-Life 2 style. Like when you reach a new mission, it's a different background. I don't know. Right. I'll let you watch the intro.
Yes, I have watched the intro. I do like it.
Okay. Cool.
Find it interesting that you chose the Freemasons Guild symbol.
Yeah. I think, well, in reality, they're not as mysterious as conspiracy theories. Yeah, obviously, it's like the original Deus Ex. Throw all the conspiracies in there, and it'll be fun as fuck. So I thought, all right, Freemason or Freemasonic style group capturing you.
Yeah,
is cool.
They're like the lowest end of conspiracy theories. So I thought that was kind of interesting that you chose that. And also, I do like your choice of green, which is 0 red, 0 blue, 255 green.
Oh yeah, love.
And I know that because that's the color theme of this stream.
It is a good, and you know what? Seeing this game on your stream, it all fits. We're looking good. Yeah, no, green is the way to go.
Oh yeah, it's the hacker. It's the official hacker color, if you think about it.
Exactly.
If I could make one suggestion,
you are being apprehended.
Yes. If I could make one other suggestion, maybe make the font bigger.
Yeah, definitely. I have a very long to-do list. The suggestions are very useful though. And anything you see while playing in the stream, I'll take notes. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's a suggestion of love, not your game sucks. Yeah, there's the Freemasons right there.
1000%.
Yeah, no, this is good. Like you know what you're doing. Oh, there's your.
There's Mr. Freemason. There's me. That's me. Hey.
That is a good question. Did you take pictures? Did you take a picture of like friends of yours and then just put them on there, or how did you do it? Or like.
For some of the characters, you don't actually see his face, but you know, in the intro there, you saw yourself sitting at the computer. That model's face is just one of my buddies, a few other friends. I am an enemy later in the game. The administrator though, this guy is just a photo bash between a couple of famous billionaires. Actually, it is mainly that. Bezos and Zuck.
If you're looking for more, Bill Gates is a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They tend to have very.
Oh, you're a schizo. I happen to be a schizo myself.
Oh yes.
Yeah, if you ever need consulting on like schizo conspiracy stuff, you need to come to me in Baloney. Probably Baloney more.
Oh yeah, Baloney's got that esoteric knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You are listening. You are being a good recruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I always go for if the silent option's available. I like to be the silent guy. It's just I just imagine I'm observing before I speak. The opposite of me, essentially.
I do have there is a somewhat of a play style in this where if you piss him off in this conversation, you piss him off the next mission briefing. He will basically make you a perma-mute.
Really?
And then you have no dialogue options for the rest of the game, and so then I've had to have separate options in all my dialogue trees for gestures and stuff, and you get some options and lose others, so I thought that was sort of interesting as well.
I like that. That's really cool. So wait, how you lose your ability to speak, but you're in the real world, right? What does he does he take your vocal box out or something, or does he just not let you talk?
It's just all drugs based. He just pumps some shit into you, and then you can't talk. And then when you're piloting Polyphemus, it can't talk either. So it's just you just mime at people or stand over them with your gun, and that's how you achieve things. Okay.
No, that's kind of like choosing zero intelligence in Fallout, where it gives you a totally
We're going into the Terry realm.
I like this. High green, the brightest green you can possibly go.
Oh yeah, I just assault the senses with the green.
So this town I'm going into, it's a simulation of a town, I'm assuming.
It is a real place. You are piloting basically a super soldier, remote piloting to go and do dirty deeds for the brethren who've captured you. So it's a fictional city in real life, but yeah, this is the real world.
Okay, so it is the real world, but it's kind of like meeting John Malkovich. But
this is the future. This is the real life future.
Oh yeah, now I can do that. Oh, there's my objective.
There you go.
It's like I'm cheating.
You're fucking in. So you have the option here of many different ways to get to the target, very immersive sim style. You also have the optional thing to go to the cafe and talk to this guy who can tell you where to find some more weapons if you want.
Not against that.
Just let me know if I'm leading. I'm not trying to lead. I'm trying to suggest.
I think it's fair to lead. I think it's fair to lead for the first level. or for like the demo, I think it's fair to lead. We're here to learn about the game.
Welcome to the Cozy Cafe.
Oh, it says optional right there. Like in the iPad. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. I do like the look of this game. Like, so, like, how did you come up with like the textures and like, I know like the people were photographed and you did a wrap around them. Did you also take? It looks like you took photos of like stuff around you and then like made them like. Is it all photos that you turned into textures for this game?
Some of them are. The small minority are. The most of them are actually from like free photo source texture libraries.
Right.
Like I just compiled a huge folder of all these different, walls, all sorts of shit. So it is all like real photos that are just sort of like smashed together and stuff, giving that like late 90s, early 2000s photo source texture vibe. I just find that so fun.
What engine are you using, out of curiosity?
It is Unity. Yeah.
Unity? Are you worried about Unity? I'm surprised game developers are still using Unity.
A little bit. Well, even though they did backtrack a bit on their shitty intentions, the threat still hangs over all of us who use Unity. Yeah, that all happened at a point where I felt I was in a little bit too deep with this project to jump to, say, Godot, which is probably where I would go.
Right.
But after I finish this game, I think I'm definitely going to switch engines for the next project, whenever the hell that is.
Right. How come no one uses Source? And I'm asking as someone who's never, made a video game in his damn life. Like, well, how come nobody uses Source? That seems like the Source engine or Source 2. That seems like a good engine. At a minimum, it doesn't seem like it's a engine that would like threaten people's games. Like,
yeah,
is it more
I
of a pain
don't
in the ass to
know.
use?
Whether it is because people would be beholden to licensing conditions with Valve that may not be as open-ended as the other engines, or maybe just because maybe it is a bit limiting in some ways or hard to adapt it to different sort of game styles. I'm actually not too familiar. I used to make a lot of Half-Life 2 maps, so I mean I know the basics of Hammer, but going beyond that, making a game with completely different mechanics, I actually have no idea how that would work in the Source engine. So that's a good question. I think it's probably just, I guess, because these engines are so accessible and so out there, maybe just not enough people are considering Source and Source 2 as a valid option in that way. Yeah.
Does Source cost money?
I don't actually know. I haven't. I would assume probably not, unless you're commercializing something. Then maybe. Like with Unity, as it stands, this license I've got, the free license, you can make a commercial game. You'll still have that Unity splash logo at the start, but like if you say I'm selling this game. If you make less than $100,000 in a financial year, then you don't have to give Unity a cut, and you don't have to upgrade your license, which is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to get rich. But if somehow this game became the next fucking, I don't know, Cruelty Squad or some shit, then I would owe Unity money, and in that case I would barricade my property, buy a gun, and I would never answer the door again.
I didn't know you were allowed to have a gun in your country.
You can. They changed the laws, but you still can.
Okay.
Yeah. My uncle's got a fuck ton.
That's good. As an American, I like hearing people have a shit ton of guns.
Yeah, this is my American media debut. So howdy, and thank you for having me. Your glorious nation's most beloved live stream.
Yes. Now you just need more cheeseburgers and you'd be set. Why can't I punch?
Ooh, why can't you punch? Try put the weapon away and take it out again.
There we go. That worked.
Boom. Yeah, there are some hairy glitches. Well, it tends to happen when you rush a demo. I didn't.
Also, I love the
much,
death screen right here. That's real. I do like that it pops off and you go into a convulsing.
I'm glad you like it. That's one of the first things I actually did. It's actually like really early, and the animation for that didn't change much. But yeah. Oh damn. What was I gonna say? Oh,
sorry,
about no, you're absolutely fine. Talked about glitches and stuff. Yeah, my initial intention with this, quite naive. I wanted to include it in the February Next Fest. But then I sort of had a realization, like I opted in and everything. Then a month or two beforehand, I had a hard look at the state of the game, which was actually a bit more primitive than what you're playing now. And I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, because I had conversations with some fellow game developers, and actually it is more effective in terms of your engagement, your numbers, etc., to opt into the next fest closest to your release. And I mean, this game's probably not going to be finished until the end of the year or early next year. So I thought, well, shit, you know what? I'm not going to do this as a next fest demo, but I'm going to instead, I'm still going to aim for a rough release around the time of next fest. So I set myself like an artificial deadline because I just wanted people to play something. And then it was just a case of, polish, crunch, a little bit of crunch, nowhere near AAA studio crunch, but like just me working a lot crunch. And there are some issues. This is 2 patches deep, and I'm not gonna, I cut myself off. I'm like, right, I'm not going to patch the Steam demo for a good long while until the next fest demo when it's ready to go and everything, which will be a lot different from this. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that and the progress that's happened even just in the last 3 months.
Oh yeah, no, this feels like this is a fleshed out demo. Like this is a good demo you made. like you can
Thanks.
can solve puzzles in different ways. It's not like it's very not linear. It's not restricting. Like it's definitely tells me like what it does a good job of telling me what your plans are for the game, what the mood is for the game.
I'm glad.
How the gameplay, like I get a good feeling from the demo alone. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you get that good feeling about it in terms of the open nature of it, because it really it's because there's different ways you can sort of approach the immersive sim ethos in like a shooter setting. Like quite often you can have like the it's semi-Metroidvania, like enclosed code, like Prey style, like in an enclosed facility, or you can have the Deus Ex, open-ended sandbox-esque, and that's kind of what I've gone for here. Oh, you're dead again.
I fucked up. I had my gun out while I was walking around in public. Which
that
also,
tends to,
also no, I like that because there's too many games that let you get away with that, where you just lets you twirl around the gun while you're walking down the street. No, that's like a nice touch.
Yeah. Well, that's you can do that in some states in the US, can't you?
Texas maybe. That's about it.
Maybe not this California that I've created.
Yeah.
Little things like that too require a lot of bug fixing. Man, the amount of optimization just to get the game from not playing at a shitty frame rate, NPCs acting unpredictably, to being even this, like even the enemy AI in this demo is very sporadic, because when you like aggro someone, it puts out an invisible trigger, and then some people you wouldn't expect to get angry do, and it's all about just trying to fine tune all that shit. Like I take my hat off to like the devs under New Blood, like for Fallen Aces and Gloomwood and everything. Making an immersive sim is not easy, really, or just a game in general, where this shit can happen.
You're talking to a guy that loves games but does not have the ball. I am so bad. This is true. I bought RPG Maker to try to make a game, and I couldn't even get past that. So I applaud anyone who has the courage to try and make and stick to a game.
It is hard. You raise the point of sticking to it, not just like not giving up on a project, but not wanting to.
The easiest thing about a project is starting. The hardest part is seeing it through and sticking through.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've had so many ideas and things. I'm putting them all like in my mental backlog for after this, because I talk to a few of my friends like every day on Discord, and just these ideas, I just get so excited about them, but I have to take a step back and say, no, I've got this commercial game I need to finish before I even think about like fucking Fart Quest 79 or some shit, whatever the hell.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest problem too. Like even as an editor, right? I just start new projects all the time. Like I'm finally stayed in and I'm focused and I'm not trying to. I think that's just a problem as a creative in general. You want to do everything, but you got to stay focused on one thing at a time.
And for something like this, I find it quite difficult. Although because with this game, I'm doing the maps, the music, the programming, all of the shit except for a few things, and the textures, or a lot of it's Creative Commons or royalty-free source. But the day-to-day, when I sit down at my computer, I'm like, right, I've got a few hours or something. I'm gonna do something. I'm so sporadic with what I want to do. I'm really chaotic. I'm like, okay, I'll make a song, or like I'll just make some models, add a bit to this map, make a new weapon. You know, it's totally random. I don't really have a system. I find it, and that's sort of like how the game started too, right? Like I opened Unity one day. I was bored. I was going through a time in my life where I had a lot of computery downtime. Not in a good way. Like I just need something to distract me. It wasn't during COVID. It was 2022. My wife was really sick. She's better now, but she had to go through a couple of surgeries, and she was like bedbound, and it was quite rough. So I was just 9 to 5, and then caring for her at home. And then I had a lot of downtime. So I was like, right, I'm gonna get back into Unity, and sat down and made like a GM flatgrass style, like basic map, basic FPS controller, make some dudes that you can shoot. And then it all just kind of expanded from there, and now this is what we've got.
I just wanted to point this out really quick. Like, I don't want to... I'm glad your wife's feeling better. This right here, you know the term gay baby jail, right?
Gay baby jail, yes.
Basically, when you're like soft locked or whatever, this kind of here is almost a gay baby jail, because I've fallen in here before, and I was barely able to get out after 30 minutes. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, good spotting on that gay baby gel for sure. And yeah, that is something that I've struggled with, or it leads into some of my map design, because when I've been making these urban environments, I feel like the map to me feels bigger than it actually is, and that's quite a hard effect to achieve while also blocking someone into an area, invisible walling, but not making that explicit. So you'll see in this level, and if we get to the next one, there's a lot of those little annexes in gay baby jails. I actually left them in and then added like a ladder or a way to get out of them. That one is just an awkward gay baby jail.
Yeah.
So thanks for pointing that one out. But yeah, I've really tried to make the maps feel bigger than they are. I have lots of little nooks and crannies, and that's not really planned in any way. I'm not a good planner when it comes to making a map. Like the most recent one I've been doing is this very large, it's the downtown district of this city. So very, you are right among the skyscrapers that you see in the skybox in this map. And I drew like a really rudimentary map on a piece of paper when I had some downtime. I took a photo of it on my phone, and then didn't even refer back to that. I just sort of referred to my memory of that drawing and just fucking went ballistic. I see you circumvented the crackheads.
Yes, actually, this is the first time I've solved this puzzle. Like, I played this before. I didn't know like that was a way. Also, I did it the dumbest way possible by jumping from that ledge when I could have just went through the... Like, there's more like
Yeah, but hey, no, you solved it in your own way, and that's really cool.
Oh, it's like it was the purpose of the game.
Holy shit! No way. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, combat difficulty is quite hard. There is a bit of a learning curve. I think this map is a good sort of like. It's almost like its own tutorial, I guess. Separate to the tutorial, it's a beginner mission. People get acclimated.
Sorry, I got a call.
You're good?
It's not important. Well, hopefully, it's not important. It's my friend Ben Barry's in Korea. Friend Barry's in Korea. She's dead. No, you should be fine.
Oh shit! The stream is cursed. First we had the technical difficulties, the spirit of Terry Davis, and now death.
I didn't mean to disrespect the spirit of Terry Davis. I love Terry Davis. Is there a way to like quick save or save?
There is not, actually. By design, a lot of these missions are quite small. I am going to be adding more like checkpoint saves.
Okay.
Which will be in the final game. So, for example, if you went and talked to the guy in the cafe, there may be a checkpoint there. If you get the gun, a checkpoint there, but no quick saves. Kind of intentionally. It's a little bit mean, but it's to sort of get people to try different solutions if they failed on something.
Yeah, just to prevent scum saving.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, because I had a good chat with a new friend I made recently who's making a really cool game. Quick saving and stuff, I mean, yeah, save scumming happens, but it's also a good accessibility thing for people who, genuinely need a little bit of help. Quick saving is really good. But I'm an asshole, so I just don't have quick saving. And
it's a double-edged sword, because gamers, like electricity, will choose the path of least resistance, even to their own detriment. If there's an easy option, even if it's not the intended way or fun way, people will just go for that anyway. Then just be like,
absolutely,
this sucks. So you kind of have to force it on them.
I think at this stage, with just restarting the mission if you die, a lot of people don't seem to mind that right now, but I am conscious of people losing patience when they die about 5 times. Yeah. So having that sort of those checkpoints at key objectives will at least alleviate that a bit. And people will then say, okay, well, I died, I lost the rest, I didn't have to restart the whole mission, but now I'm still going to have to rethink my approach to this situation and what have you. So I'm going the compromise route, I suppose. But adding that in, of course, is going to be a whole other can of programming worms, because then at the moment I don't really have code for persistence of objects. So if something's dead, you just restart the scene and everything resets. Persistence, so saving and loading and things are still in the same position, etc. It's not too tricky, but that will just add a little bit of dev time. But I think it is worth it just to not test people's patience as much. See, how are you going to approach the target this time, my friend?
Well, first off, I'm not going to withdraw my weapon until I'm actually ready to shoot.
Yeah.
I think I see a thing. I'm learning.
You see a thing.
I think I see a thing. I can get on the ledge of that build.
You may be able to find it.
Would you say your inspiration is Deus Ex? I think you already said that, right?
That's a big one. Yeah. Deus Ex. Well, sort of very small, disparate inspiration for a lot of games that I love. Kind of weird. It might have just been influence for the green aesthetic. Fallout is quite an amazing. So it's not an immersive sim, but there's some elements.
That's funny you say that, because in New Vegas, I change it back to the Fallout 3 green because it's the best.
Yeah, color. I love the green, man.
The green's good.
The green is great. Yeah, green is good. Too right. A lot of people think the game is inspired by Cruelty Squad. I've never played that game actually.
And also, you probably started making this game because it also has the same vibe as your first game, Slav Simulator, right?
I guess it's just my style to have chunky people and these very strange urban and spaces. I did kind of think back to some of how I designed Slav Simulator 2 with the city map and everything when I was creating these levels. I think that was almost like a tester for this, maybe, in a way.
Yes. And also, I haven't played Cruelty Squad, but
Cruelty Squad.
That game seems Cruelty Squad. That being said, that game seems way more surreal than what you're going through. Not saying that your game isn't surreal, but that game is just surreal to the max. Reality barely the idea of a hint of reality, where there's actually seems more of a inspiration in real life.
Yeah, totally. In terms of the face value aesthetic, this is a lot more grounded. Cruelty Squad, I think I love the way it looks. I really want to play it. I want to play it once I'm finished this game, so it's not
in your brain
on my mind while I'm making it. In my brain, because it's worthy of attention. For sure. And the way I understand Cruelty Squad anyway, the way it looks is sort of just to enforce the fucked up themes behind it. And not just to look crazy on purpose, because there's a really talented artist that made that game. I don't think I could pull off that level of surrealism with the grace that he has. So here I am with photo smashed textures and shit, but I love this aesthetic. This
is a great aesthetic. I like this a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm just excited to see you murder this target.
Yes, it's a.
There are. Do you want me to tell you some ways you can get into that building, or do you want to?
Because because I have that curse of I'm streaming at the same time and having a conversation. So if you can give me a little hint.
There is a back door where you were with those crackheads in that brick hole in the wall. Around there's a way to get behind the building. There's a back door. There's also down the alleyway you're going down at the moment. Yeah, the hole in the wall, and then you can get to the ventilation. You can get to the ventilation system by going to the right of the van, because all the cops are out the front, so they'll shoot on sight.
You know what's funny? I think I did this before, but I did this before I knew where my objective was. So that's what, like, because I've definitely went through this hole in the wall before and got shot at.
Yeah, so there are vents. You can go just behind that dumpster. Yeah, here we go. Now you can ascend.
I like that trash thing.
Someone put trash in the vent.
Oh, fucking A. Now that's a scam caller.
It was a scam caller. Shit, they're onto us. Do you get a lot of those in the US? Like, are they
constantly
just really persistent?
Constantly. Especially from India. They'll use a spoof caller, because my number is I got my phone when I lived in a different state. So they think I live in a different state, and then they'll always ask either, hey, would you like to get solar energy, or hey, would you like a funeral thing? And then I lie, and like that's my fun thing. Now what I do is just lead them on for as long as possible. Hey, and then they're like, so where do you live or something? And I'll be just, why don't you ask your dad? I fuck him in the ass and have him suck the shit off my dick. You want to join in? Or I'll be like, you want to come over and videotape me fucking your dad? Just, I love telling people I'm going to fuck their dad. I don't know why. It's my thing. And dude, they get so fucking pissed.
Do you enjoy older men? Yeah, we get. I get 1 or 2 months. Scam texts are becoming a big thing over here. Like, you have this package that you need to pay for this package and shit. And also like the fake phone company things, like saying, oh, this is your phone provider. We need you to pay this bill or some shit. I usually get them when I'm at work, so I just hang up. Just go about my day. But no, I respect the dad fucking angle. That's quite good.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the farthest I've ever gone. I've actually accomplished it.
You've done it.
I did it.
Round of applause for you.
Yes.
Now you've got to escape.
Okay, do I just go back to where I was?
You go back, if you press Z or Z, sorry, American media, yeah, you'll see where you can escape. And the exit point for this map is just like next to the crackhead apartment building. Yeah, the cops shouldn't be. I don't imagine they'll all be aggro onto you at the moment. I think you've actually done this pretty clean.
I think I'm solid.
I think you're good. Yeah.
Oh no, spoke too soon.
Oh,
there we go.
Just to the left there, there's there's like a you're good. You're good. The exit point for this map is a little bit subtle. Again, I think I've been thinking of having an option to have tooltips come up during that mission as well, if the player wants. But yeah, you did it. You did mission one. That's great.
No, this is definitely the farthest I've ever made it.
Fuck yeah. You're a professional assassin already.
Oh yeah. It's all I play video games on the internet. You'd think I'd be able to beat a level once in a while.
Hell yeah. I saw you looked at 500 caliber contracts the other day. That game looks cool.
Yeah, no. I love that game. I love the aesthetic of that game. It's a fun it's a fun little platformer.
Yeah, like the N64 platformer cross like fucking like scene emo style.
It's literally 2003 the game. Right, it's fucking like Newgrounds, DeviantArt, all that shit. Like that's basically like the reason I soy pogged so hard was pretty much that was just my childhood. That's why I soy pogged.
Oh yeah, I like that. Me too, man. Like Newgrounds, I was glued to Newgrounds.
Oh yeah, Newgrounds was my. Oh, you want to hear something funny? All right, I was talking to some other friends. I don't know how it came up, but everyone was like, "How did you get your sexual awakening?" And someone said like DeviantArt. Someone said Tumblr.
Oh no.
And then I said Newgrounds, and they looked down on. Like the room went silent, and everyone was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, people said Deviant and Tumblr, and then looked down on me on their fucking ivory tower. I'm sorry, I jerked off to Meat and Fuck Coal Mine. All right.
Yes, Meat and Fuck. Yeah. Oh shit, Meat and Fuck. I forgot about it. Yeah. What about? Yeah. No, I had my awakening to Salad Fingers #2, baby. You know.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ. Newgrounds, it's still going. Like, Newgrounds is awesome.
I'm glad.
And, like, all the shit that spawned from the creators who got their start on Newgrounds, like Oni and Zach Hadel, Smiling Friends, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that they're all making it. I think it's no secret that I'm really a fan of the indies in general. Indie games. But indie cartoons was, like, my first thing. And, like, I initially started becoming an indie gamer because of Newgrounds. Like those are real indie games.
Fuck
right?
yeah, no indie cartoons. Like top notch. Fucking love Newgrounds.
Fucking
probably
Stamper
not very
ruined
good
my
for
sense of humor. I don't know if you know who Stamper.
Yeah, for real. I feel like Newgrounds wasn't good for my developing brain.
No. Like, I quoted Rebecca. Do you remember the cartoon Rebecca? Used to quote that shit all the fucking time.
Oh man, I'm struggling to remember that one actually.
Like I would always say, like, I will not stop till I get the answers I crave because of that.
But no, Newgrounds just unfiltered, unhinged. Like it was pretty good. It existed at its time. It's still there, and like it's still great.
I think
still
Friday Night Funkin' brought it back.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That helped a lot. The amount of the Flash games were great. Like I loved like Alien Hominid as well. That was some good shit. I'm trying to think. There was also this one Flash game that sticks vividly in my mind. I don't think it was on Newgrounds. It was on another site. Like it was everywhere. It was like you played as this Black Knight, and you went around killing Boy Scouts with a two-handed sword.
That sounds familiar.
It was fucking awesome. Now you could upgrade your man, and you could kill more Boy Scouts. It was great.
Well, I will say for right now, I think Newgrounds is the best for mobile games. Don't download if you have an Android or an iPhone, you can just go to Newgrounds, and most of the games that they make are made with touchscreen thoughts in it. So I highly recommend people use that. Like people should maybe not see it as should see it more of as a gaming platform than a cartoon or like a video platform.
Yeah, I love it was an everything platform really back in its day as well, because you had music, art, games, and Flash, and it was just what was the motto? It was like everything something. Yeah, and it really was like for real. Love Newgrounds.
Oh yeah, Newgrounds.
So many fun memories of Flash games.
Okay, I like the look of this level. I like the downtown. This is the first time I've seen this. I like the look of this. Very.
Oh man, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this one street was like this is the cool looking street, so this will be in a lot of screenshots.
No, you are 100% correct.
Optimization for this level optimization in general is hard because you start out with this vision, you start out with some things that look cooler. Like this still looks cool, but it looked even cooler when I was first starting out and when things didn't lag yet, because I had like low hanging mist over the neon signs.
Right. I can imagine. Was that and it just fuck up the rendering?
It just lagged it a bit, because when you have a dynamic light in a Unity scene, any object or renderer that light touches is technically rendered twice by your GPU. So it was doubling the triangle count of a scene when I would have all these, because I originally had them as mixed lights. So these are baked lights for most of this.
Yeah, I was about to ask, these look like baked lights because I noticed that there wasn't any shadows.
I had a lot of them as mixed, but that was causing a lot of double drawing, and the tri count was going up because I had this mist, and then the light coming off the neon signs would also light up the mist, and it looked really fucking cool. But the downside was, I had to optimize shit, because this is a big map as well. There's even a sewer you can go into in this map. So yeah, too big.
I'm just enjoying this right now and exploring. So.
I'm glad because I get so tunnel vision. When you're testing a game that you're making yourself, and you're not taking in the sites that you've created, you're just going, I got to go to this guy and test that this works. Change some code, do it all over again. But I forget, this must be kind of interesting to explore.
Feels like a fleshed out world. Like you have.
I'm glad.
There's lore here. Like if I dig deep.
Oh, totally, 100%. And I'm glad you feel that way, for real.
Yeah, Baloney Pony told me with your games, you really reward players for looking in every nook and cranny.
Yes, absolutely. I've really tried with that. There's actually an area around where you are right now where you can jump over one of these brick walls and you can find some goodies.
Ooh.
Shit!
Oh shit! Look at that. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
You might need your flashlight to get out though. It's a little bit
there's
dark.
A ladder right there. Yep.
Hey, there we go. Yeah. You're being told in chat to kill them. Kill them.
No. Well,
you can. You may if you wish. You can press space to dismount as well while holding W. Sorry, it's a little bit. Ladders are a pain in the ass to do.
Yeah, because I am doing maybe I have to point down. Nope.
Ooh. Yeah. I hope you're not stuck.
Finagle this.
I talked up getting into nooks and crannies, and now you're stuck in one of them.
Yeah, it happens. Like I said, this is a demo. This isn't the full release yet. I was excited about killing all these innocent civilians, and now I can't get out of the ladder. It's like God's trying to get in the way.
God damn, you've been punished. You've been punished. You can be forgiven for restarting the mission in the pause menu if you feel like you're stuck too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about well, in the final game, not having a new game plus if you beat it, but beating the game, unlocking like a cheats menu. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like enable like you could do like start the game again with all weapons, big head mode. Big head mode. Yeah, you just said it in the chat. Big head mode. Fucking no clip god mode. All bullets make shit explode. I don't know. I think that'd be really fun.
Oh, kind of like a GoldenEye cheats type of thing, right?
Yeah, GoldenEye cheats for sure. And also talking about playing the game all over again. Of course, there'll be different choices you could make that affect your ending. I'm planning a few endings.
Okay.
They're not just endings, but if you choose different things, you might have a completely different mission in lieu of another, and so on. Which will only happen once or twice, because fuck making like 2 or 3 alternate missions per mission.
Right.
Now,
will it be a decision
thing?
Okay, because like I have a hang up with Deus Ex, where basically once you get to the ending, it doesn't matter what decisions you've made. It's just you push a button and that's the ending. Are you gonna try to do something different from that? Or, in terms of my endings, it'll be subtle decisions throughout the game may set you on a certain path. So not spoiling too much, but as you can imagine, with the character being in the situation he's in, someone's going to want to help him escape for their own agenda as well. But there will be a path you can go down with them by doing sort of side objectives. And also you had that creepy nightmare after the first mission, and there's a voice in your head. And this character as well also has its own ideas of what you should do, and there will be that within the last few missions of the game it will really matter the most, where you'll be put in a mission and with the people that want to help you can stop helping them at any time by not doing their objective, or you can kill them all as soon as you come across them in the game. And they will just be out of the picture as well, but it all comes down to, final decision in a way. It's not quite pushing the button, but within the last 2 or 3 missions, if either of these alternate paths are still active, you can work towards them in a much more major way and ultimately meet the ending. So I'm going to try not to have the Deus Ex button push. Because it's literally just it's literally a bunch of, even if it's like at the ending, I would rather like your actions do something rather than it's like, here's the 4 buttons. Like that's... You're already a step ahead of like how I want it, right? Like that's more like not to say that the Deus Ex games don't have effort. Obviously, they have good story writing or whatever. Yeah. But once they hit the ending, it's just like a wet fart with how they present the ending. Yeah. And not necessarily.
There are a couple wet fart things in Deus Ex, particularly the most recent 2 games, which actually have a lot of merit in their own right. But things like the boss battles in Human Revolution were a very big sore point for a lot of players, because it feels like being locked in. I was talking to a friend about this the other day, actually. You're in this open-ended game structure, yet you are locked in a room and expected to fight the big muscle man to progress. That's your only option, kill muscle man. Or they have an environmental hazard, like you can knock out muscle man with this gas, and that's your passive option. It's like, well, no. Actually, it should be a lot more open-ended than that. So in terms of boss battles, when I was developing the game, there's actually the amount of maps in this demo, I've got the same amount or a few more completed that just done in the demo, obviously. But one of them was almost like a boss battle from back when the game was more of just a straight shooter, where you fight 2 giant mech robots in this big open wasteland where they can destroy the buildings and stuff, which is fucking sick. Like, that's a cool idea. And I'm still going to take elements of that. But just having a straight up boss battle where I realized you only got 2 options. Like, you can hack them and they will blow up, or you can shoot them and they'll blow up. either way, you're just forced into this. It's almost like a macro version of being locked in the room with the big muscle man. So I really had to change and think about this as the games become more of an immersive sim.
I would say, like, just definitely, and I think this is like a lesson you already know, but like try to prevent yourself from feature creeping yourself too much. Like, I think you're still at a point where you can handle it. Like, not speaking from necessarily a video games point of view, but like a creative project type point of view. I will always, I always have been a little too big, and then I kept making it bigger and bigger and bigger, and it kind of just fucks things up.
I felt like I was doing that when I was transitioning from making a shooter to an immersive sim, and now once all that shit's in place, I'm like, okay, I'm in a good place. I mean, I've still got a long way to go, but I'm not widening the scope too much. I was at risk of doing that when I thought in terms of an extra play style that could be like a psychic warfare element where there's another layer over the world where if you choose to go that path, you're like fighting people with your brain. But I'm thinking, you know what, that can just be its own fucking game at this point. That could be a future thing.
Definitely.
Which would be fucking awesome, actually.
But here's another problem with that too. The more you can't, like, you can have two options when it comes to video games, as far as I can tell. Either you can have like a small set of mechanics that you can do things really deep with, or you can have a large set of mechanics that you can only do like a shallow amount of stuff.
Yeah, it can become shallow. You're right. Yeah.
Like Skyrim, for example, it's like you have all these things you can do, but you can't do too much, right?
That's right. And yeah, that's something I've tried to be conscious of. As I'm adding in, I haven't really worked on it yet, but you know, you've got 9 slots for your abilities, and I've done 5. Thinking of, rest in peace.
I'm just fucking around. I'm not trying to be. I'm just fucking around and exploring because I want to pay attention to the conversation while enjoying the game.
Absolutely. Yeah, so thinking of, I mean, I have a list of what these abilities will be, but really had to think about not making an ability just something that only has one use case, or is shallow like that. Like the whole pickpocket skill in Skyrim, where what is the skill used for? Just picking pockets. It's tricky. It's tricky to think of game mechanics, and also when something could either be its own ability or it can just be a consumable item. Like I've been talking to a friend about a new sort of friend enemy type, like the snarks from Half-Life 1 that you throw out and they attack enemies, and when there's no enemies around, they attack you. Yeah, whether that could be like an ability or an item, and I've settled on it being an item, or again, an item in your inventory like the grenades, an ability or a weapon on your 1 to 9. Thinking about where things fit, especially when the lines are blurred in terms of what can be a weapon, what can be an item, what can be an ability. So yeah, there's lots to think about, really. Oh,
also I noticed, I think I set it to ultra wide, but the screen isn't ultra wide.
Ooh. Yeah, good spotting. Because the shit's fucked behind the scenes.
Like I said, you have a 9 to 5 while you're doing this, so yeah, obviously, it's still an amazing state. Yeah. It's just small things you got to take care of.
Oh, absolutely. I've noted that resolution change. It's weird when it does that. And I'll just have to look. It'll just be a line of code that's out of whack. You've been told to eat the cigarettes. You can smoke the cigarettes. They
Yeah.
Well, now that I've got the grid inventory,
like, there's beer, cigarettes, and med kits are the two, are the 3 consumable items, right?
Yeah, beer gives you 5 HP, med kits gives you 20 or 25 HP. Cigarettes give you, so if you've been using your abilities and you're like waiting on your ability energy to go back up, cigarettes just give you 15 at the cost of a few health. But that's more obvious now in the version that I'm working on. Because with the grid inventory, I've got like a side pane where you click on an item and it gives you an icon and description. So, yeah, a little bit more depth to the inventory system now, as opposed to this version. But like originally, I wanted to just keep that like 2-slot back and forth thing. Thinking back to like Thief 1, where it's just you press the square brackets to switch items. Very simple, but I thought, you know what, I can do a little bit. I think people can appreciate. Everyone fucking loves grids, man. grid
Yeah,
things all over the universe.
I know you're kind of joking, but like when I opened up the game, I was like, "Where's the grid?" Like, you're not
I want
wrong.
my grid.
My grids. I need my babby grids, or else how am I gonna play the game?
Babby grids, I like.
My little. Now you're taking inspiration. Like I think we touched on this a little bit, but you're taking inspiration from some conspiracy theories, right? And,
yes.
And then you also went with the lowest totem pole of conspiracy theories, and went with the Freemasons Guild.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, that was
mainly
I like that
I've
choice. It's a very interesting choice.
It's been at the forefront of my mind a lot. So I'm not gonna dox myself, but I have a job where I I'm basically like an archivist, record keeper. And where I work, like, we got a lot of Freemason stuff, like local organizations, records, and things come to us, and we look after them. Okay. Including like the local fucking Freemasons. Right. And so we got all their like meeting records, and even like some of their like collars, like the administrators wearing around them and shit. And I gotta like catalog and arrange information. That's just sort of part of my everyday sometimes. So I thought, right, yeah, well, and plus it's a fun conspiracy theory. Like, what do these guys do? All these prominent people in communities meet up and do shady shit. These guys, though, in the game, I'm not going to reveal too much. They're not exactly what they seem in terms of being like this organized group that's been around forever. Right. Yeah, the story I hope will interest people as time goes on, because it's gonna take some loops and turns. I'm trying not to play into cliche where people say, "Oh, of course he fucking made them this," or "Oh, it was all a fucking, it was all a dream. It was all AI. It was all a simulation." No, I've got that. Just makes you feel like you've done all this shit for nothing, right? Yo, friend in chat. Oh. Hello, I see you.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Are there any other like conspiracy things that you're gonna put in this? Like any other inspirations besides like?
Ooh, yeah. It is mainly Freemasons. Sort of the thing of like secret government military technology and black projects is also quite interesting, and that will sort of play into multiple parts of the story. Really, there will be like a military base level very late in the game. Very late, one of the final, almost, I guess. Well, not copycatting, but you go to Area 51 in Deus Ex, or that Air Force Base before that. Similar vibe.
Hold up.
Yeah.
I think I noticed something. Okay, so that gas leak that was in the sewer. Did I just get rid of the gas leak with this thing here?
No, that's a different gas leak. This is inside the store. I think you probably knocked everyone out.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, if you talk to the shopkeeper, actually, he says, "Oh, if I have one more fucking gas leak, I'm gonna have to close the shop down."
Oh no, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's fucking great. That's awesome. I love stumbling off on shit like that. Like, oh, what is this button? that's what immersive sims are to me. It's like, ooh, what does this button do?
Yeah, what does this button do? There's consequences. Oh shit, you can kill that man. You want?
Oh, I don't want to kill that man.
The purple shit guys actually internally, I don't know why, I thought they had like soy face, so they're known as soyman _ whatever the fuck.
Nintendo Switch owner 557.
Oh man, I like everybody. I bought a Switch during lockdown.
I also own a Switch too, so yeah.
It's a shame because it's neat, but I think I would much prefer a Steam Deck for the library.
I am heavily considering getting a Steam Deck too. Oh, hey, I know this game. I actually played this at West X Fest. It's another immersive sim.
Yeah. Yes, the guy, the dev for that is a buddy, and he's really cool. And yeah, I just thought I'm gonna put like a few. I feel like it might be a bit immersion breaking for some people, but hidden little posters of Buddy's games, I think, would be really, really fun.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be cool. Yeah, I just caught me off guard because I like literally saw. I was like, oh, I played that demo. That's also a cool immersive sim to check out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is so cool. I'm so well, not envious or jealous in a bad way, but I love the melee combat system in Corpus.
That is a very in-depth melee combat. That game
the way
is
people
more
would
like
just fucking go.
That thing feels like it's more. Yeah, that thing feels like it's more influenced by Fallout than Deus Ex with the text trees and like the skills you can have. Like it feels like it's more of a Fallout-esque.
It's so good, man. It's so good though. I just love fun melee combat, which is something I've been trying to work on in this. Like I put out a tweet a while ago, like the crackheads you were fighting earlier that just kind of run around and punch. They're a little bit better now in melee, and I've added like some melee weapons and shit. Yeah, ooh, mysterious safe.
I think I picked up a data pad. No, I didn't. I can jump. Yeah. Like I said, I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around right now just to see what there is to see. So I'm not worried about finding it. Like I'll probably do that more on my own time. This is more just to show off the world, if any.
The beautiful world.
So like, oh jeez. So do you like? So have you like bounced off? Do you bounce off ideas with him? Like the Corpus guy?
I got several buddies. Him and one of the developers of Aquametsis, which is another really cool immersive sim. Mab, who's working on Ethos. Then we got a couple others. We're all just Discord buddies, just chat, talk about shit, and then eventually, you know, we're just bouncing ideas off each other, supporting each other, ideas feed. How do we actually get shit in front of people on Twitter? Twitter, the algorithm's been absolutely fucked, like, over the last while. Like, now you can't see what porn people are liking, you know, you can't, like, stalk people's, like, you know, it is
are good and what are bad.
Yeah, totally. What posts to do. But yeah, mainly game dev stuff, like what works, what doesn't. It's just such a valuable thing to have friends, similar mindsets, making similar games. Yeah, it is awesome. I will up to them as well. Like, I feel like this game would still be like in the dark if not for Shod, one of the devs of Peripetea, which is a really cool immersive sim. Sort of just saw me out in the Twitter void and then like got me into the server and started sharing some stuff, and then that's how it's networking essentially.
Speaking of other game developers, 2024. Not to sound so formal, 2024 seems like it's the year of the indie game. I feel like not necessarily more indie games coming out, but it's more good indie games have come out this year than any year, right? Is that a thing that kind of concerns you? Like, because there's so much there's like a lot more competition than there has been any other year.
Yes and no. I mean, I'm
like,
not
let me explain myself quick. Like,
Mm.
because it's like I am missing out on other games because there's so many good games, and it feels like it's drowning out other good games that kind of like push out of my radar. I feel like I'm going to be backlogged in 2024, like because of all of the good games that are there. Is that like
that's a good point?
Yeah, is that like a worry for you at all?
I try not to worry. It might just be my optimism, which is one of the only things I'm really optimistic about. Usually I'm told that I'm just a grumpy cunt, but in terms of competition, I mean, I don't see all these games coming out and stuff as competition, because especially in the groups and circles that I'm in, whenever we come out with stuff, we're always lifting each other up and sharing each other's stuff around, and I'll always do that anyway. But yeah, there is quite a lot of games out. I'm not sure what the reason could be. I think it's becoming more accessible. People are feeling more confident getting their shit out there among such a booming indie game market. And I think once your friends and people around you are putting out games, you think, oh, maybe I should reveal what I'm doing. As for like release date, because, you know, sometimes indies will release on a day and get completely overshadowed by something else, which is it's really unfortunate. You really feel for people sometimes. That's the only thing that sort of it doesn't worry me, but I am aware of it. I have to pick the day the game drops carefully, and who knows? I mean, as I mentioned, it may be early 2025 that this is actually finished, just real life shit permitting workflow. And who knows what 2025 is going to be like, man? I mean, it could be a whole other tidal wave, which again is amazing. It's so cool, but
and it's happening at the best time where like AAA is just nosediving like a motherfucker. And I've always been like, I annoy my friends so much because I'm such a fucking indie snob, fucking piece of shit, right? Because I've just hated AAA games. Like they've just They nickel and dime you. They focus on all of the graphics, which sure, the graphics are great and all, but I prefer style when it comes to graphics, A.
Yes.
And B, and this is the most important part, I prefer good gameplay instead of just the same boring, mediocre gameplay. Like, I'm a very eclectic person when it comes to games, and I've heard this before from other people, and it makes sense. Every game has just became Far Cry, AAA game. It's like go to a tower and then unlock the map.
That's the only way they can seem to think to Ubisoftification, that term in chat there. I mean, I think I feel bad for a lot of AAA developers, the people who work in the departments, the graphics level design, everything, because I mean the shareholders, the corporate guys at the top will see what's popular. They'll push for certain things. I mean, I love being just a solo developer because I can make whatever the fuck I want.
Like, to use another game as an example, Yellow Taxi Go Vroom, great platformer. But if I was a CEO executive and someone came into my office telling me that idea, I'd spit in his face and fire him on the spot. And I've played the game. It's a great fucking game.
Totally.
Yeah. So, we need indies for... indies now are what was what the games were like back in the PS2 days, with better quality of life stuff on it, right? Like, it felt different.
Yeah, totally.
And it stopped being experimental once the PS3 came on the scene.
I think with AAA gaming, everything's been squeezed into a convention where any deviation from Ubisoftification. That's a tough word. That's like a tongue twister. Or like Last of Us-esque, semi-cinematic Netflix-ified gaming. Anything deviating from there just doesn't really happen very much. Or like for a while we had the Battle Royale was like the number one thing that everyone was making as well. So there's there are changing trends and things.
I will say that problem kind of solved itself, because now pretty much shooter games have that as an option. Now it's just a gaming option. You can do... I don't play COD, but I know friends that play COD, and it's just like you can play deathmatch, team deathmatch, or battle royale. It's just a new form of a game. So that kind of solved itself, where not everything's becoming that anymore, where it's just now a feature of multiplayer shooters. Yeah,
I don't really know where AAA is going to go from here. Like what's really going to... You see these studios, it's not quite AAA, like, New Blood, supporting all these amazing immersive sims, boomer shooter style games. And that audience is growing. So how is the AAA industry going to react to all this stuff?
I think they're just going to die. Like Call of Duty, pretty much AAA is just going to turn into Call of Duty and Madden, and they're going to shit can everything else because it's not making enough money.
Yeah, indie is definitely going to rise up. AAA will crash and burn a wee bit, and then all this creativity and shit will come to the forefront, and hopefully it will be good. Hopefully it'll be good.
Oh, it already is. Here's the thing. I think COVID was as bad as COVID was. I think the silver lining is a lot of people got bored and made their own creations, and we're starting to see a lot of indie games come out of that because people had so much free time.
Yeah, totally. I kind of wish I started this a little bit earlier in COVID. I was working from home and just fucking trying to keep my head above water during that, but for a lot of people, it was a good opportunity for creativity, as fucking shitty as COVID was. But it's still around. I mean, here in New Zealand, we're having another big wave, because it's winter here. Like, seasons, funky seasons, it's winter here. Everyone's getting sick. Like, schools are staying closed now again because all the teachers are fucking sick.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's pretty fucked. Like, the health system here is underfunded, understaffed, and over needed at the moment.
Because wasn't New Zealand the most cautious when it came to COVID? I'm kind of surprised it's still a problem.
Yeah, we locked down hard, and then as the variants came out and new waves came, I think it became a matter of the government becoming more unpopular the more they locked down and stuff, because people were getting sick of it.
Right.
which is a bit of a shame because the government was only trying to keep us safe. I mean, I only got COVID for the first time last October. Like, it took
I'm
me
surprised
that long.
I haven't gotten COVID. Like, I've lived
Oh,
in...
shit.
I've never gotten COVID, and like I live in states where you're considered a fucking filthy Democrat for wearing a mask, right? So I don't know how I got away with not getting COVID. Very lucky.
Yeah, very. Oh, just a really good immune system.
That might be it.
Or I
too.
mean, some people like. This is such a random fucking tangent, right? But I was watching a documentary about the Black Death, and there's this one village in England where there was a quite high proportion of the population who didn't get it. Like, the village was quarantined. The lord of the land basically said, "You people, you stay here, and you just all stay away from us, and you can just stay in your village and die." But then they came back after quarantine, and half the village was still alive, and a bunch of people who had been treating all the other people with Black Death either never caught it or caught it and survived, which usually didn't happen. Because they had like a genetic mutation they found that made them pretty much immune to the Black Death. So maybe you're just a fucking Superman. Yeah,
I mean, sure, I'm totally a Superman, although I eat one thing and then get instant heartburn no matter what it is.
See, even Superman has his kryptonite.
Yeah, that's what sucks. Like, I've always had a problem with heartburn, and I have to sleep with a Tums in between my cheek and my gum, or else I will get heartburn in the middle of the night. It's that bad.
Man, that's rough. I don't experience that. My wife has like acid reflux sometimes, though, and like. Yeah,
heartburn, acid reflux. Sucks. Yeah, that's the same thing, right? Kinda.
I think so. Kinda. Yeah, but no, I guess I'm lucky with that.
Anything else? You want to like highlight the game that I haven't asked about yet?
Yeah, let me have a think. Really well, the abilities that you can purchase and
right. I haven't even touched the abilities.
Yeah, so you got that one there that's slow-mo. You can upgrade that to have perfect gun accuracy when that is on, which might be quite useful in the advancement tab. Yeah, you can explore that a bit. The hacking ability has some stuff under it, which is called wrench. I gave them funny names because it was like you can take over those little robot dogs and make them fight other people instead. And then on the next page, there's some more abilities. Flight, which is like speed and jumping. Cloak, which is invisibility. Ward, which is like makes you resistant to like gas, electricity, and fire. And then there's one part of that too, which is a little bit janky, but you can like absorb. If you find gas, you can absorb it and then go somewhere else and then release it around you. Yeah, that's quite fun. Again, it is a bit janky, but that could be quite fun. And then there's another page of like general upgrades, which I'm actually going to get rid of and put those all under other abilities. I think having general upgrades is a bit of a cop-out. Like, you've got to categorize them and lock them behind other upgrades somehow, so that sort of mini ability trees will be a bit more distinct. And the way the UI is laid out right now, I kind of hate it. I'm going to go like almost like the Deus Ex route, like a diagram of your body and where these things are fitting in, which I think will be really fucking cool.
Yeah, no, there's I find it funny. Yeah, that's the thing. You got a lot of good mechanics, and you can solve them without it's an added this is like an added bonus to the game.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not necessary. Even you can go through the game like people who like play Oblivion and finish the game at level 1 without sleeping. Like, you can you can just go through the game without upgrading anything, and you can still have fun and still find creative solutions to things.
Yeah, no, like when I ran into that gas valve, like that was it's just a fucking treat.
It's quite fun. Yeah, this it involves like there's a gang base, there's the club, there's a couple of objectives in there, like again, not railroading or telling you what to do, but like that, finding stuff in that safe was one of them, and then the guy in the club and killing some gang guys if you need to.
Now, was there an earthquake or a sinkhole here? Yeah, no, I interrupted you. Was there an earthquake or a sinkhole here? Because I noticed that this ground's unlevel. And
oh, I think that you're actually stuck on a lean. Control and Alt are the leaning keys. Yeah, the leaning is a bit. There we go. The leaning is a bit jank in the demo.
Yeah, I had a hard time with leaning when I was trying. That was one of the things I had a hard time with, was leaning. I kind of just gave up on the leaning mechanic after a while.
Yeah, it's in there for the people who like it. People seem to like leaning in Sims, looking around corners and stuff. It's kind of superfluous in this game, really, but it's in there, and yeah, it would get stuck if you alt-tabbed and you're leaning on one side, then you tab back in. Yeah, just the glitches you don't think about until you fix them. So this map was really fun to make. I really like dark, winding streets with all sorts of nooks and crannies and things to explore.
This is like
I'm so happy to be here to chat.
Yeah, no, because like I said, like I've always wanted to do like video game stuff and talk video games and shit like that. But none of my friends are really into that, and the friends that I do have already have their own podcasts. Granted, what I do now is still fun as fuck. I like what I do. I still showcase games, but I also just fuck around and have my friends. And it gives me an excuse where if I want to do something like this, I can do more of a one-on-one thing for games that I can't really do play. So I found you gave me an opportunity that I didn't know I have.
No, thank you for having. This is the first time I've been on a stream, a podcast, or anything just to talk about the game with my voice.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever interviewed somebody about this, so hopefully I'm doing a good job.
Somebody stopped me and said, was this game in any way inspired by No, it wasn't actually. No. Sorry, friend. And the question before that, how do you beat this level? Again, I won't give it away entirely.
Yeah.
But there's a couple ways to do it. The crux of it is getting the access key to get into the National Archives, and you can either help you can help the guy in the bar, and he gives you a task and then tells you how to get it. Or, I mean, in true immersive sim fashion, if you can just go explore, and you may come across the solution just by exploring and finding the thing and then getting access. So there's a couple ways to beat this. This is how that's how I rock up in the fucking club. Yeah, just kick the back door.
I just kick in the door to get some bitches, and I get shot at. What's the deal? I just came here for
maybe I should add a dance, like a context sensitive, like a dance.
Vampire the Masquerade. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, good fucking game. Good fucking game, man.
I'm
worried the new one won't be as good.
I'm worried because they took out the story writer from the original. That's what worries me. I guess they let him go. I don't know why they let him go, but that's a thing.
I haven't really been following it, but yeah, I just hoped, because in this day and age, again, talking about it's become high profile in a sense. It's not AAA, I don't know, AA. I don't know what you call it. But simplification is a problem when something becomes high. There's a high commercial stake in it. But I just got to have faith that there's passionate people on the team who are gonna not let that happen.
Like I said, it is concerning. I'm also one of those people that play Grand Theft Auto for the story, and the guy who wrote the story for Grand Theft Auto's everything is gone now. So I'm really not really excited for the new one.
Yeah, because a strength of Grand Theft Auto has I think GTA 5 strayed. GTA 4, because it's a satire of American society, I guess. And there's a level. It's a very good satire, and there's a huge level of highbrow element to it. It's very clever. But then GTA 5, they sort of started going make this kooky Mark Zuckerberg-like character just because we've got to have one, because billionaires are kooky in real life. It doesn't really imply much or make you think too much. GTA 4 was fucking awesome. I love GTA 4 personally.
GTA 4 had a good story, but the gameplay kind of was weird. I remember I would throw a grenade at a person 3 times and they wouldn't die. The frickin' missions where you had to hang out with your buddies was constantly annoying. I think that was the game when they started adding too much. I think like San Andreas was like the right amount of stuff they needed to add to it. And I think they added a little too much when GTA 4 came around. My
personal favorite thing about GTA 4, which is actually it's pretty opposite to San Andreas, but the setting. I really enjoyed the very gloomy New York City, and just exploring. And I mean, I didn't, of course, like the missions where you have to hang out with people or like relationship building shit. I would usually you go out on a date with Michelle or whatever. I'd usually push her off a bridge. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I thought that was really fucking funny. But yeah, no, San Andreas, fucking awesome game.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just spend all my time doing the flying car cheat and going up Mount Chiliad and shit, but...
Oh, dude, once I unlocked the
game.
fucking jetpack, it was over. It was so fucking fun. The jetpack. It was the last game that, like, didn't take itself too seriously. Like, it, like... And then it's, like, that was the other thing why I liked about it, too. It's like, you don't really get, like, stupid stuff like that anymore with 4 and 5.
No, you really don't. You really don't. Oh, well, in GTA 5, they funneled all of that stupidity into GTA Online. And I enjoyed GTA Online when it was fresh, when there was an equal distribution of players into each different multiplayer style lobby. So people were playing deathmatch, people were playing all sorts of shit. Now it's just, I haven't played it in a good few years, because fuck that. But they added like fucking hard sci-fi vehicles and all sorts of shit, and then you go into a lobby, I assume these days, and it's just everyone's in a flying car. It's like, maybe not so grounded, or not a mixture of grounded and strange surreal elements as there should be. It's just all people in flying cars.
I want more Saints Row 1, less Saints Row 2.
Played Saints Row, Unfortunately, I never got to play Saints Row 1 or 2. I played 3, which I know is, at that point, I think people who love the franchise were sort of very unhappy with the direction that it went.
They ruined the character customization. Like, 2 was the best. Like, you could have layered clothes in 2, and then they dumbed down the character customization in 3 and so on. And it was upsetting.
Yeah, it's like the Elder Scrolls, no individual pauldrons and shit. No clothes, Under Armour. I mean, thinking about that, like, you remember when they did that that like 10-second announcement for Elder Scrolls 6 like a decade ago, and we haven't heard anything.
What was the 10-second thing for Elder Scrolls?
They did like it was at E3 or something, and they were like, and now a special announcement from Bethesda Softworks. And it was before Starfield was even announced, and they straight up had like an epic shot of a landscape, and Elder Scrolls 6 came up on the screen, and it was real. Like, everyone was expecting, right, the next game they're making is this, and they just haven't said anything since then.
I mean, fuck it. If they're printing money with the game, let them print. But here's the thing: they tried to make Starfield. They made Starfield, and that game's just fucking not great. They did they could have made. They made too many worlds. They tried to. It's.
When you spread yourself thin, it becomes devoid of any character.
Like, they should have had like 3 or 4 planets, and I think they would have been fine.
Yeah, totally. I mean, look at the Outer Worlds by comparison. I mean, not a perfect game by any right, but Obsidian did a pretty good job characterizing the world spaces, and the characters were all quite funny, and I feel like they could have really done a much better job in that regard. Oh damn! Yeah, it's really. I wouldn't recommend shooting that gas from that side. Most times you'll probably die.
I survived the first time I did it, and then I think I keep getting too close and fucking it up.
I think you got lucky there. There is another sewer entrance, but it's a little bit more subtle.
You know what? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? Boom. Problem solved.
Yeah. Now when you activate F5 and press Q, you won't.
Yeah, I do also like that. Like, when it doesn't save your what you leveled up to. So, like, if you can try to do, you can change it to something else when you fuck up.
Yeah. And I see here, like, say if you had, you probably would get frustrated, say, if you had done half the objectives in the level and then died at that point and had to do it all over again. Hence why I talked about the fact that there'll probably be some checkpoint saving. At least, no quick saving, but checkpoint saving to an extent should help out a bit. I love these sewer men.
I do too. I thought they were the cops at first, and then I was like, oh no, these are totally new people.
There's a bit of lore behind them as well. If you talk to a character as part of the main objective.
I think it's too late. I think I kind of just came in guns running.
Oh no, you can't be peaceful with them. They'll always want to fuck you up, crazy bastards. See the fucking melee AI at this stage, man. Like I've been working on it a bit. It's a little bit better, but at this point they just run in a straight line towards you and poke your eyes out with their little knife. The knives they're using actually are just a model from that. I think I mentioned I started doing an RPG a little bit before this. That's just the short sword model from that. I just copied it over. I don't need to make a new knife.
Oh yeah, no, it works. I thought it was just like a fancy stiletto.
They're divas. They're gonna stab you in the eye with a high heel. Yeah, actually, most people I'm aware of or that I've watched play the demo didn't really go down into the sewers very much. I'm pretty sure most people didn't go down here.
I think. Well, here's what I think it is. I stumbled on a neat little discovery. Like I saw the sewers grate and I saw I could see through it, but I didn't know if you could, and I just kind of checked to see if you could, and you did. And I was like, oh, you can, and I was like, oh, it's a neat little discovery.
It's interesting on the dev side when you get to look at the numbers of who's played the demo and for how long. I'm grateful that I don't pore over the numbers too much. They're just numbers.
Yeah, it's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah, but I'm just about smack bang on the average for the length of playtime that people spend on demos, which I'm pleased about. Yeah, good point in the chat. Make Smog coming out of the grate. Yeah, some Steam NYC streets, like vent style Steam would be a good idea. I do need to work on, I suppose, queues of certain places you can and can't go, I guess. Learning as I go, really, still very much amateur level design wise. I'm quite bad. I know quite a lot of people. They're so passionate. They spend a lot of time, sort of, I guess, studying. You'd say studying level design, watching videos, video essays, and just generally actually being smart, like intelligent human beings. I'm very much manic, energetic. I'm just gonna chuck shit in this map and go absolutely batshit ballistic. And if it feels good, it feels good. Yeah, and I'm really bad at reflection. Being really good at knowing what you did wrong and what you should have done. That's something I'm working on. I've done a few dev blogs on the website of PARKSIDEgame.com. Plug it in.
But they're not very good. I like it. I like the look of it. It matches the aesthetic.
Thanks. I feel like it looks better on mobile, I find. It looks fucking terrible on desktop, but I'm just shit at web design. But yeah, reflection and knowing how to improve. I mean, I'm slowly getting there just by sheer brute force of making a level and it not being great, and then making the next. But yeah, it's something I'm working on, and hopefully that shows in the final game, which will have a lot more levels than the demo. That's for sure.
I'm surprised it had a second level. I was shocked. I thought it was only going to be on one level.
Yeah, I think people are like, oh shit, there's actually more to it than this. There's actually another map after this as well.
No shit, jeez.
Yeah, it's big. The next map is one people struggle a lot with, and one that I sort of struggle with as well, or to create. But I have plans to sort of split it up, and if we get to that level, which I'm not pressuring you or don't expect you to, but
I don't think they're gonna make it in this one.
But anyone who's played the demo,
I want to ask you questions and shit. You have a lot of interesting shit to say.
Of course.
And if I focus on paying attention to how to play the game, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. But the next map is for anyone who watches this, I guess who's here or who will watch a video of this, will know that the next level inside the archives is quite confusing. In terms of the layout, people seem to brute force their way through it. They can get there, and there's definitely some really good intent on my part to have some interesting pathways to traverse and get to the objective and get out. But it really needs another look at. I mean, this is the thing too, where if you've done a huge level and you get to a point where you need to redo stuff and scrap a bunch of level geometry, just hard delete it or repurpose it later. You can't really be attached. Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Get rid of it and try again. Because it's got like ventilation systems, it's got several floors. There's like an office space that links to a library that also links to the vents and to an outside area. Like it's very complex for just one map. So what I'm going to do with that is probably split it into two, like the office complex and the entry area is one, and then the area where you actually get to your objective is the next. So yeah, just learning lessons, I guess, is the important thing, which is something I'm getting better at.
Oh yeah, definitely, like I said, you're definitely on the right path. Like if this was the state it was, and this was the full game, I would say this is very fucking acceptable, right? Like, obviously
thanks.
you definitely have to iron. Yeah, no, like definitely like still iron out the stuff that needs to be ironed out. Do the controller thing if you can, like fix the gay baby jails, fix, you know, there's still stuff that needs to be fixed, but I think I would still be very happy with this game if it came out in this state.
I'm glad to hear it.
Right? Like I think you've definitely come a long way from Slob Simulator. Like this is definitely.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah, for sure. That was 9 years ago, and I was still in high school. Oh man, the height of the Slavic meme craze.
How was it? How did you feel when Mr. Vinesauce played that game? How was that? Back
then I was thrilled. Now I'm fucking horrified, man. Like that game, like it's so shit. I mean, of course, it wasn't created with any ill intent. Like friends from that part of the world absolutely were in hysterics over it. I've got a really good friend. Actually, it might be a nice story to go with that game, because it was on Game Jolt and there was a little tiny bit of ad revenue, and I have a friend who is living elsewhere now, but this was in 2015. They were living in Donetsk, People's Republic, which is a not nice place to live, given all the horrible shit that has happened there. But yeah, there was a little bit of ad revenue from Slab Simulator 1, and I just sent it their way as not like an apology for making this horrible game, but you know, just because, well, what else was I going to fucking do with it? And so that's the one thing I suppose I'm happy about or proud of that game, is that at least it helped someone out. And Slab Simulator 2 was just like whenever I had time, I would chip away at it, and then I went to university and didn't have time for it. So that and I think that contributed why no one really knows about it, because that game was finished, oh god, 2019, 2020, sometime around that. I can't quite remember. By then, no one laughs at cheeky breaky jokes anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's out there if anyone wants to play it. It's quite fun. It was a good exercise in optimization on my part, anyway, because I mean, I didn't quite grasp persistence, or I did to a basic level. There's save load in the game, but everything's all in one Unity scene. So I had to optimize for about 250 NPCs on a map and all these different areas. So it was a good exercise. It was a really good challenge, and it helped me, I guess, get to this point. So I'm grateful for that, but I still cringe at those games.
If you want to cringe, you should see my old YouTube videos that I still have up.
Me too. I've got childhood YouTube videos on a YouTube channel that I'm never going to release the name of, because they make me want to die whenever I remember they exist.
I think there were 2 videos that were so fucking like, it's not like they're embarrassing, they're just not good, and I was just like, I'm just gonna unlist this. It's not. Yeah. It's just like me running from like, it's just dumb. Like the early stuff, like I used to, like I said, I was doing skits for a bit, and that kind of fell through. I'm kind of just done with that. Had fun doing those skits, and I think some of those skits, maybe if I was a bit better of a writer and had a little bit more practice, if I would have kept going with it, I think I would have been all right. But like, the problem is when you're working with other people, you have to work with their time, and sometimes they just don't want to do it, and it's just like herding cats. So you're just like, well, I guess I'm going to do this on my own.
Well, doing something creative in the past, you know, reflecting on what could have been better. I mean, with Slab Simulator, with my old YouTube videos and stuff, I mean, it's all just experience for future things and getting better anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh, you found the gang base.
Yeah, I kind of just stumbled in there. Like I said,
like
I've been kind of playing this for like about a half an hour. I've already discovered like 3 new things.
Yeah, it's a very dense map, that's for sure.
That's what I like. I don't like maps that are big and then I have to walk 5 miles to get to something interesting, and just have it all in a nice, neat little package, right? Like, I'm not really into like Skyrim because it's just a bunch of it's just a giant map where you just have to walk across the map, and I'm like I like the Deus Ex style where everything's dense and everything, but you still feel like you're exploring.
Morrowind was a really good in between, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame Bethesda shied away, or not necessarily shied away, but lost that approach.
Fallout New Vegas, love that, but after that, it's like...
Yeah, I just feel bad for Obsidian with that, with console limitations, B, like a year and a half to make New Vegas was really, really brutal and definitely took away from the experience. I really enjoy Fallout 3 for what it is. Flaws and everything. New Vegas is great, but sometimes you just get that feeling when you're playing that game that it is a very advanced Fallout 3 mod.
Yeah, like they were not I wish they were given a little bit more time in the oven just so they could flesh out like the Powder Ganger story. I feel like they could have done more with that.
Yeah, totally. And the Vegas Strip, of course, being split into small cells, and Freeside being so barren, where it really should have been full of people and things going on. Just blame the PlayStation 3. I had the PS3 version, and it had all those memory cap issues and all these other things. So I played the worst version of New Vegas to begin with.
Well, I played it on PC and played it vanilla just fine.
People ran into some crazy problems with that game though, and yeah, I feel like even though PS3 version was jank as fuck, I didn't actually experience any of the hard crashes or huge issues that
I'm the same way.
Got lucky.
Nothing happened to me when I was playing them. Like they would happen, but they weren't as often as everyone else. Like part of me thinks that either they had a shitty computer or they were kind of blown it out of proportion of how bad they were.
Yeah, they probably were.
What I really feel bad about the New Vegas people though is that they release it buggy as fuck. They were forced to, and their bonus was tied to the score. And because it was buggy as fuck, the score was below the score that they needed to get the bonus.
They almost got it. And it sucks.
I know. It's like corporations are scumbags or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's so arbitrary to link the monetary bonus to a Metacritic score like that. It just makes me mad. Like that sucks. Yeah, it's really shitty.
I think I found
that one box was.
Yep, I fucked up, but I think I can unfuck myself. Hold on.
Use a little cardboard box, I think you'll be right. Yeah, that's another thing. There we go. Like the movement, I'm mostly set. A lot of people say, I love how the movement feels. You can stop on a dime midair, which is a bit jank, but like the speed and the jumping and the movements, people seem to really like. But then there's problems like that. Like you can still get stuck. I didn't create a first-person controller script or anything from scratch. Like I just heavily modified and expanded on a placeholder. But that's just about the only semi-pre-made thing in the game. That and the module to add like decals, like blood on walls and bullet holes. Because I had my own version, but it fucking sucked.
Nope. I remember the code from earlier.
Do you have any lockpicks?
I don't think I do. No. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
No,
there we go. Exploration. Reward.
Yeah, rewarded for exploration.
That's insane.
Whoa. Well, I think might have to cut this off soon because I want to make sure my friend's okay. But I did have a good time. I definitely got a lot out of this. I'm looking forward to putting this out soon. Where should people look for you? I'll obviously put this in the description, but where should people find you? Feel free to type in the chat if you want. Copy paste links.
Twitter at the Hardsoft Games, or I can paste the link as well. That's where I'm most active. You can find the game's website on there as well, Steam page, everything. That's pretty much it. Thank you for having me. This has been great.
Thank you for
always
doing
happy.
this. I had
always happy to come back if you want me to come back.
Definitely. Like I said, if you want to be where I'm, like, I also play a bunch of other games. Like I said, if you want to hang out and make fun of me, that's also good.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, yeah. I'll rip the shit out of you. Honestly,
awesome.
Get me in.
All right.